Oke, nah video ini merupakan video latihan saya sebenarnya untuk saya latihan bahasa Inggris. Kali ini saya coba mau pakai aksen Amerika ya. Untuk yang British nanti aja. Ya mungkin gonta-ganti dan kali ini saya akan pakai ChatGPT. Oke, kita akan coba ya. Terus kemudian saya akan pakai timer. Oke. Hello ChatGPT, can you hear me? Hello ChatGPT, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Let me know if you need anything at all.
Okay, it is just like a template. Let me know if you want me something, you know. It's always like that, you know. Is it?
I Yeah, it can definitely feel a bit repetitive sometimes, but I promise I'm here to help with anything you need. Just let me know how I can assist.
Okay, I've been thinking about practicing my English with you.
That sounds great. I'm more than happy to help you practice your English anytime. We can chat about anything you like, so just let me know.
I'm thinking about practicing slang term in the U.S. Do you have any slang terms that is used in the U.S., for example?
Absolutely. There are tons of fun slang terms we can explore. For example, if someone says something is lit, it means it's really cool or exciting. Or if someone says they're chilling, it means they're relaxing. We can definitely dive into more if you'd like.
I heard someone said that is mad. Oh, it's just mad. Oh, it is mad. What does that mean?
Oh, when someone says something is mad in this context, they usually mean it's really impressive or extreme. For example, that party was mad fun means it was really fun. It's a bit of a British slang that has made its way into American English too.
Oh, okay. What about rad? It is rad. R-A-D, rad.
Oh, rad is a pretty
Rad,
cool slang term.
rad. Okay. What does that mean?
So rad basically means something is really awesome or cool. It's a bit of an old school term, but it's still used sometimes to show that something is really great or impressive.
So, what is the difference between lit? This is lit and this is rad.
They're pretty similar in meaning, but lit is a bit more modern and often used to describe something that's really exciting or fun, like a party. Rad is a bit more retro and just means something is really cool or impressive. Both are great ways to give something a compliment.
Okay. One more question. I think, are there any time limits when I use the voice chat on the chat GPT?
There's no strict time limit for our voice chats, so you can chat with me for as long as you'd like. If you ever have any concerns, just let me know.
Okay. And also like, I try to not to depend. I use because when I try to learn English, I try to use an app called Grammarly, and I've been using the app for like 4 years, and it makes me afraid of making mistakes, you know. And I think I need to just let this app go, and I try to just not to be dependent with this app. What do you think? What should I do to not to depend too much to this app?
I think it's a great idea to find a balance. One approach is to gradually rely on the app less and let yourself make mistakes because that's a natural part of learning. You can try to focus more on speaking and practicing without immediate corrections. Over time, you'll gain confidence and trust your instincts more. I'm here to help with that process.
To depend to gradually less depending on Grammarly, what should I do?
A good strategy is to start by giving yourself a little more freedom when you write or speak, and maybe only use Grammarly as a final check rather than during the process. You can also try to get feedback from others, like a language partner or a tutor, so you can get used to making and learning from your mistakes. Over time, you'll feel more comfortable without the app.
Okay, so you're suggesting that I gradually, not just at one time, just forget about Grammarly, but gradually less and less dependent to that app.
You got it. Gradually reducing your reliance will help you build
Gradually
confidence and
reducing
get more comfortable with
gradually
making
reducing-
mistakes.
Okay, gradually reducing. Okay, reliance. Okay, is it gradually reducing reliance? This is what I'm going to do. So I'm thinking about not just at one time just throw the Grammarly and try to just without using Grammarly at all, but try to gradually reducing reliance with that app. Is that what you meant?
You've got it exactly right. Taking it step by step will make the process a lot smoother and less intimidating. I'm sure you'll do great with it.
What did you say? Last sentence. I'm sure you blah blah blah. What?
I said, I'm sure you'll do great with it. It's just a little encouragement to let you know I believe in you.
You'll do great with that. Okay. About the AI, I noticed a lot of change in the AI. Like for example, in the ChatGPT, the first time it was released, people can only just type in, but now, I don't know, like a year later, there is a feature like voice chat, and maybe another year later it will like you will have a lot of feature. It keeps growing. Why is that?
That's a great observation. The reason for all these updates is that the technology is constantly improving. As developers gather feedback and as the technology advances, they add new features to make the experience more useful and fun. Plus, there's always a push to make interactions more natural and intuitive, which is why we see these changes.
So I think like there are a lot of AI nowadays, like ChatGPT, and also Microsoft release the Copilot, and also like Google with Google Gemini. Are you in like competition?
It's a great question. In a way, there's definitely a bit of healthy competition among different AI developers, which helps drive innovation and improvement. But it's also a collaborative field where everyone is working towards making AI more helpful and accessible. So it's a bit of both.
It's a bit of both. Did you just say that?
I did. It's a combination of a friendly competition and a collaborative effort to make AI better for everyone. It's an exciting space to be in.
Okay. I have a question. One question. Bump into. When you bump into someone, the phrase bump into. When you bump into someone, does it mean can you bump into someone that you do not know? For example, you know that person because you bump into that person and then you get to know that person.
That's a great question. Usually the phrase bump into someone means you unexpectedly encounter someone you already know. It's like running into a friend or an acquaintance by chance. But if you meet someone for the first time in an unexpected way, you typically just say you met them. So it's more about a familiar face popping up unexpectedly.
Oh, popping up unexpectedly. So if I met someone for the first time, and then I get to know her in that moment, I cannot use the phrase bump into or run into. Maybe what about met by chance, meet by chance, met by chance?
Yes, you can say you met by chance or that you ran into someone for the first time. But it's more about the fact that it was an unexpected encounter. So bump into is usually for people you already know. Great job figuring that out.
Unexpected encounter. Okay, unexpected encounter. So bump into and run into is for someone who I already know, like that. But met by chance, for someone that I just met for the first time. Is it?
Exactly. You've nailed it. You can say you met someone by chance or that you ran into someone for the first time. It's a subtle difference, but you've got the hang of it.
Okay, you just said you get the hang of it. What does that mean?
When I say you've got the hang of it, it means you've understood how something works or you've gotten comfortable with it. So you're doing really well with these phrases.
Okay, what about doing, for practicing my English, what about doing like role play? Can you do a role play?
Absolutely. I'd love to do a role play with you. Just let me know what kind of scenario you'd like to practice and we can jump right in.
Jump right in, jump right in, jump right in. Okay, you just said this phrase, jump right in. What does that mean?
When I say jump right in, it means to get started right away without any delay. So it's just a casual way of saying, let's begin.
Okay, I was just wondering, are there any peak moments that people are using the ChatGPT? For example, like when people really use ChatGPT altogether, and then you kind of like for the peak time, people are using ChatGPT at what time usually? Oh, I don't like this. Okay. There's a glitch.
ChatGPT tends to have peak usage during business hours in North America and Europe, usually from about 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. So if you're looking to avoid any potential slowdowns, early morning or late nights are usually greater times.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for answers. I think because it's already 10 minutes, I think we just call it a day for now.
That sounds good to me. I'm glad I could help, and feel free to reach out anytime you want to chat or practice more. Have a great day.
Okay, bye now. Jadi kayak itu ya.